From our hearts being ripped apart from the end of The Outdoor Boys to finally some movies that came out that I actually watched, to the video game that I have been waiting for finally showing up. Welcome to the Last Week on a Monday. I'm your host, Hot Schmoes. Let's get into this.
Delicious hot schmoes.
They're called s'mores, Buzz.
Right, of course.
So this week, as far as movies are concerned, the big ones that came out were Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch, the live-action remake. I went and watched both of those. I watched Mission Impossible on Thursday, and I watched Lilo and Stitch on Friday. Now, Mission Impossible. This is supposedly, theoretically, the last Mission Impossible movie. Now, depending on how much money it makes, who knows, maybe they could say, hey, Tom, want to make another one? He might make another one. But it should be the last one. And what I have to say about it is, although it is not a perfect movie, it is a good end to this franchise. If you like the Mission Impossible movies, you will probably like this movie. If you've never seen the Mission Impossible movies, what in the world are you doing? Go watch them. There's like 8 or 9 of them, and they're all fabulous in their own way. Mission Impossible, our hearts go out to you if you're actually over, and if not, we look forward to seeing more. Disney. You know what I think of the live action remakes. I don't like them. However, I was very excited for this movie because although I didn't grow up watching Lilo and Stitch, I do enjoy Lilo and Stitch. I think it is a good movie. And so this live action remake, the trailers made it seem fairly faithful and fairly fun. And it was fun. I was laughing during the movie, I was having a good time watching the movie, and it was a lot of fun. But like all the other live action remakes, it is not, unfortunately, it is not a one-for-one recreation of the original film. The creators say it's for this reason and that reason. Who knows why they choose not to just do a straight up one-to-one of these movies, but they don't. And it's incredibly unfortunate because some of those big parts of the original story are taken out and or slightly changed to fit a more modern narrative and a slightly newer version, more accurate version of the story that would be portrayed in today's day and age.
Trash.
Time for a break from our sponsor. This meme. This is the meme. And like always, you know the deal. If it made you laugh, you are legally obligated and required to subscribe. I don't make the rules. I don't make them. I just give you the things, and then you have to do them. So, subscribe if it made you laugh. If it didn't, you have to comment. That one I'm making up. You know what? I made that rule. If it didn't make you laugh, you got to comment and say, ha, it didn't make me laugh. So, yeah, do that.
We cut the chit-chat a-hole.
Yeah, but overall, I very much enjoyed the movie as far as Disney remakes are concerned. It's not perfect. It's not the most amazing movie in the world, but I had fun. So if you like the original Lilo and Stitch, there's a high chance you will also like this film. But if you love Lilo and Stitch, like it's your favorite Disney movie, you probably will not love this movie. And then I also did go watch Thunderbolts for a 4.5 time. So that movie's still really good. And surprisingly, although I have been putting all of my cash money into this movie within the last month or so, it is currently, as far as I am aware, the second lowest grossing Marvel movie of all time. And that is incredibly unfortunate because it is one of the best Marvel movies of all time. It is up there. Like, it's in my top 5 for sure. It deserves to be in that top 15 from everybody else, in my opinion. But it's not doing well in the box office. So we'll see what that does moving forward with Marvel. I'm sure they're worried about Fantastic Four. They shouldn't be, because if they made a good movie, Fantastic Four should draw a crowd.
Say that again?
As far as music is concerned, yet again, I'm just incredibly unplugged from the musical world, so I'm just going to share with you the song that I've been listening to on repeat. Let's see if this will focus. Focus. There it goes. That's what I've been listening to. It's just a chill song. I like chill songs sometimes. Sometimes I like epic songs. Sometimes I like loud, obnoxious songs. But this week, I wanted a chill song, so I've been listening to that one.
Yes! Oh my god!
And as far as video games are concerned, this week, it's finally here. The video game that I have been waiting all year for, Splitgate 2. I know, shut up. I've been talking about this game every single week because there's been something to say about it every single week. But I've been talking about it because I was very excited for it. And it's finally here. The open beta is open and it's going till they actually release the game. So if you want to play an arena shooter that is both kind of similar to Halo Infinite, but also not entirely similar to anything else that's on the market, pick up Splitgate 2. It's free to play, and it's a lot of fun. And the other gaming news from the week, I'm sure you guys have seen it somewhere, somehow, but Battlefront 2, the game that came out almost 10 years ago, in 2017, Battlefront 2 just beat its all-time record for the most players on Steam, that's all we're talking about for a second, by almost double. The all-time peak was like 10,000 players on Steam previously. That record was made in 2021, I believe. And we just surpassed that and hit 17,000. That's insane for a game that hasn't had updates in 5-6 years and came out almost 10 years ago. Awesome. The whole reason this is happening is because there is a large movement for Battlefront 3. As a Star Wars fan, it is my greatest, that's my passion. Like, Star Wars is my passion. But as a Star Wars fan, I love the Battlefront games, and I want more of them. So, hashtag Battlefront 3. Keep it going, guys. I will be hopping on this week at some point to play it myself.
Are you sure?
And for the rest of the internet, I didn't talk about this on last week on a Monday because the news broke the day after I filmed. And it was a very sad moment because one of the most wholesome and genuine creators on this platform, on YouTube, the Outdoor Boys channel, has come to an end. Luke from the Outdoor Boys posted a video where he basically said, guys, I appreciate the everybody subscribing and watching our videos, but it's too much and I want to focus on my family. And so he said he wasn't making any more videos. He has a couple that might come out at the end of the year just because he's already filmed them and he's editing them currently. But other than that, he's done. And that is incredibly sad because those videos are all wholesome, genuine content of a guy showing you how to do stuff outside with his family. And our hats go out to you, my friend.
Gonna miss you, buddy. It's gonna be okay, Buck.
I don't know, there's some other stuff filled, but I don't remember. I don't know. It's been a blurred week for me. Yeah. It's currently 12:45 on Sunday. Well, Monday, actually, technically. Yeah, it's Monday, actually. Yeah, because this show comes out on Monday. I film it and I post it on Monday. Yeah, every week. Yeah, I definitely don't film this show on Saturdays. Anyway, that's last week on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you so much for remembering that Tombstone is the worst movie in the world. Never seen it, never will. Peace.
Delicious hot schmoes.
They're called s'mores, Buzz.
Right, of course.